Assalamu alaikum. I'm Aminul Islam. My student ID is 201151437. Today my presentation topic is electronic motors. Here is electronic actuator. It is built piston rod bearing, piston rod, profile bear, ball screw nut, spiral bearing, drive strap. Electronic actuators are devices used to convert electrical energy into mechanical motion or forces. They are employed in various applications across industries, include industrial automation, robotics, automation system, healthcare, and many more. This actuator can perform tasks such as opening and closing values, controlling flow rates, positioning mechanism, and moving loads in controller manner. Then comes electronic motors. The working of an electronic motor is based on fact that a current carrying conduct processing magnified field around it. To better understand, imagine the following situation. Take two bar magnet and keep the pole facing each other with a small spaces in between. Now take a small length of conducting wire and make a loop. Keep in loop in between the spaces between magnets and influence the magnet. Now for the last bit, connect the end of loop and connect DC battery terminals. Once uh, electronic flow through your simple circuit, you will notice that your loops move. Now why it's happened? The magnetic field of the magnet produced due to electronic current and conductor. Since the loop has become magnet, one side of it will attached path and pull magnet that causes the loop to rotate continuously. This is the principle of working electronic motors. Then applications of electronic motors. Electronic motors usually have some rotating ranging up to a few horsepower. They are used in a small battery operated vehicle, medical purposes, and medical equipment like X-ray machine. Electronic motors are used in toys, automobiles, and seat adjustment, power window, sunroof, mirror adjustment, blower motors, engine cooling fans, etc. Then comes high quality DC motors. It has some features like encoder, brush cover, brush, iconics, wind, housing, magnetic returns, communicator, magnet, shaft, motor, ball bearing, motor pillion, gear mount place, ball bearing, and output shelf. It's are not cheap, easy to control. Its volt 1 watt to 1 kilowatt, can be overloaded, brushes wire, limited overloading on high speed. Then DC motors. Here is your PWM circuit. Then DC motors work principle. Electronic motors are devices that convert electrical energy into mechanical energy. The work based on the principle of electromagnetism discovered by scientists and other in 19th century. The fundamental components of electronic motor including a stator, rotor, and power source. Here is stator. The stator is stationary part of motor. It consists of a frame of a set of coils typically made of copper wire. These coils are arranged in specific pattern and connected with external power source. When an external electric current flows through this coil, they generate a magnetic field. Then rotors, it's helping to moving a part of the motor and positioning inside a stator. It's usually connected shaft and mechanical work. The rotor contains either permanent magnet or electromagnet. Then comes Fleming's left hand rule. According to Fleming's left hand rule, which applies to electronic motors, when a current carrying conductor is placed and making magnetic field force extended on conductor, the direction of forces can be determined using left hand rule. When the thumb, forefinger and middle finger of the left hand executed at right angles to each other, with the forefinger represent the magnetic field, the middle finger represent the current flow, and thumbs present directional of this force. Rotational motion interaction between magnetic fields, stator rotor, and forces extend to the rotor. These forces causes rotor to rotate, creating mechanical motion. Continuous process as long the electronic current flow through the rotor's coin and stator coins in interaction between the magnetic fields continuously, resulting continuously rotating and rotor as long as motor is powered. The speed and torque of the motor can be controlled by varying the strength and current supply to coil. Then here is the electromagnet or stepper motor. It has coil winds, ball bearing, rotor iron core, magnet, permanent magnet, die cast aluminum, blue teeth, white teeth, B phase, A phase, permanent magnet, which is conducting magnetic source north to south. Here is advantage and disadvantage of stepper motors or electromagnetic motors. Advantage: low cost for control aspect, simplicity for construction, can operate easy loop process, low maintenance cost, less like to stale or slip, will work any environment. And disadvantages are require a dedicated control circuit, use more current than DC motors, high torque output as if to increase its speed. Thank you, ma'am.